service on W265DW at 100.9.
Does that old tractor or lawnmower have more electrical tape or duct tape holding it together than you want to admit? Well, maybe it's time to see Phil Sheehan and his staff at NC Tractor for a new Massey Ferguson tractor or mower. Massey Ferguson is a company that's been around for over 175 years. That says a lot about a company. And paired with Phil Sheehan, who's been in business for over 25 years, that says a lot about Phil and his staff. Knowledgeable about their product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford.
Good morning. This is Cameron coming to you from the Blue Room with your weather forecast. Today, you can see partly cloudy conditions, a highs near 60, so partly cloudy overnight with lows around 40. For Saturday, it's mostly cloudy with isolated showers, a highs near 65, so mostly cloudy overnight with rain and isolated showers, so lows around 50. And for Sunday, it's mostly cloudy with showers and isolated thunderstorms, a highs near 65. And that was your weather forecast here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherford. Welcome to All Things Rutherford, here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherford. Now here's your host, Todd and Tracy.
Good morning, sunshine.
Why are you so happy?
Glad to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, but it's also
The weekend.
It's about time.
Guess what?
2-day weekend.
This weekend?
This weekend.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday!
It's Friday. Something to get a rise out of me.
Rise and shine.
And also,
It's showtime!
Oh, good morning.
Welcome to Friday.
That's a way to start off the show. Cue your mics and you're laughing about something. We love it.
That's real radio
That's
right
real
there.
radio because we got to talking and off the air, and that's our prep. We were talking, so we're pretty much good to go. Butch Maltby checking in with us on the YouTube. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hope you have a wonderful day. Headed to the airport. He's flying off somewhere.
Well, he's flying into the wild blue
Wild
yonder.
Blue yonder. Sly checking in with us. Good morning, Todd and Tracy. Finally, Friday, friends. He said, I missed you yesterday. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, we missed
I wonder
you.
where you was going there. But anyway, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
As always, hope you have a great day, Sly. Riding around in his truck. Got the heat on.
Got the Christmas music
Got the
playing.
Christmas music. No, he's got us right now.
Well, yeah, right.
He's
Us right now.
listening to us right now. So.
And afterwards, he'll have the Christmas music
Oh,
playing.
yeah. Switch to Christmas music. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Be going doing some Christmas shopping later on this evening.
So I got a bit of a funny feedback yesterday. A lady came up to me, and I think I was in there getting my lunch or something, and she said, I laughed this morning at you and Tracy when y'all was talking about they, Lord.
Oh.
I said, Lord, yeah. I said,
Lord, yeah.
And I got that from my friend Kim Philbeck Wood. She posted it on the internet or on Facebook, and that's how she started her sentence. They, Lord. And I knew she was about to say, but it's just funny. And she brought up another one. Did you? You didn't bring your dog with you, did you? I mean, just something like that. It's weird. It's odd how us Appalachian folks, Western North Carolina folks. Well, I mean that even goes up into Virginia.
Yeah.
It's the whole Appalachian Mountain Range that the way we say things.
Yeah, it is, and we do it all together.
All
it's
together.
not.
Yep.
That's our talk.
And it's really funny when you point out the individual things that we say.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're talking to family, you don't think nothing about that.
No, not at all.
One of my favorite,
because they sound just like us.
one of my favorite references is mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I mean that's a you can put that on a sandwich, but mayonnaise a lot of people here. I mean that's interchangeable. We could write a book on stuff
Yeah, we
like
could. And people have written a book about it.
I'm sure they have.
and they give documentaries and all kind of good stuff.
I say it all the time. If you ever on the YouTube and you're not watching us pull up a documentary called Mountain Talk.
Yeah. See, that's just what you said right there. Whenever you pull up the YouTube.
I say that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I need some people call it the Walmart.
The Walmart. And I'm going to tell you what. You will never not hear anybody refer to Hudlow Road as just Hudlow Road.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Hudlow. I've heard that all my life. We're going to go up the Hudlow there.
Yep.
And, it's go up the Hudlow.
Up the Hudlow.
Yep. Great. Lovely checking in with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I was listening. Great, and you'll get a kick out of this. I was listening to that a little news bit before about the fellow that wrote Fairy Tale of New York passing away over an island. And thousands of people. I was like, I wish I could get that accent.
Oh.
Thousands of people.
I love to hear those people talk.
I love the Irish
I do
accent.
too.
I wish I could. I wish I was more adept at speaking the accent. I'm good at a lot of accents, but
Yeah.
the Irish, golly.
I'm just good to get through mine.
I tell everybody I speak 2 languages, English and bad English, and that's about the truth of it. So, yeah.
Oh, hey, Todd, we want to remind everybody that our toy and coat drive will be ending Monday.
I started saying now, remember.
Monday the 11th.
I think Tracy and Lou and Cameron are going to go around and pick up all the
we're going to be picking them up Monday.
Bringing them back
I'm sorry,
here.
Tuesday.
Is that Tuesday?
Yeah, well,
the 11th.
The 11th ends Monday,
Oh,
but we're
so
going to
you're
give
gonna
everybody
get
that
'em on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going
Gotcha.
to probably start picking them up late that Monday evening.
Yep.
So you've got then. So we're going to start
If you're
collecting
gonna-
everything
yep,
and
if you're going to get it together,
sorting
please
it out.
go ahead, get it together, get it into one of our collection boxes, and
the collection boxes are at Scrappy's Food and Fuel on Highway 221 near Chase High Road, the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton on Charlotte Road, Jay's Discount Grocery on Oak Street in Forest City, Different Times Mercantile on South Main Street in Rutherfordton, and of course our participating Burger King, and also Anchor Down, and they're located on Main Street in Forest City.
that always right here at the WCAB
Bring 'em here.
studio, Whitesides Tower Complex, 82nd floor, Suite B. That's where you'll find us in the Blue Room. Folks, let me tell you about NC Tractor and Farm Supply. Now's the time to shop till you drop up at NC Tractor. Year-end clearance sale offering 23 to 100 horsepower Massey Ferguson tractors on a great deal. Whatever size tractor or mower you're interested in, now's the time to stop by and talk with Phil Sheehan and his professional staff. But hurry in soon. Time is passing by. The end of the year is almost here. I mean, we literally have 1, 2, 3, 3 weeks and 2 days. And the year's done.
And the ball will drop.
That's right. Stop by NC Tractor today, 509 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Call them at 288-0395. So if there's any Irish folks out there that have a good Irish accent, I would gladly trade lessons. You give me Irish lessons, and I'll give you redneck lessons.
They'll say, okay, well, we'll gladly give you Irish lessons, but just hold on to your redneck lessons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could help you fit in down here. People wouldn't really. Every time you talk, people go, "You ain't from around here, are you?" They'd go, "My boy's over from Golden Valley."
I've actually said that to people before.
You ain't from around here.
You're not from here, are you?
You ain't from around here, are you?
You're not from around these parts, are you?
Go ahead and get started with our Friday morning. It's finally Friday, friends. Go ahead and get started with our Friday morning call around report after you hear this from Dakota Livesay Chronicles of the Old West.
Camellia Sidney Fly, better known as C.S. Fly, was an adventurer, silver miner, and lawman, but he was best known as a photographer. On December 10, 1879, he and his wife moved to early Tombstone, Arizona, where they built a boarding house with a photographic studio at street level. C.S. took pictures of anything that remained stationary for a short period of time: cowboys, Tombstone residents, miners at work, picnics, parades, and fires. Unfortunately, there was one event that took place in Tombstone that C.S. failed to photograph, and that event was the OK Corral shootout. Now, it wasn't as if C.S. wasn't aware of it. It took place right outside his studio. Sheriff Behan hid out in the studio. Billy Claiborne and Ike Clanton, two of the Cowboys, escaped through the studio. Maybe it was because he wasn't there. No, court records show that CS took a gun from the dying Billy Clanton right after the shootout. Okay, so maybe he didn't have time to set up his studio in advance, but there are no pictures of the scene following the shootout. But not only that, but weeks later, Morgan and Virgil Earp were shot from ambush, and C.S. Fly didn't take pictures of either of these events. Of the tens of thousands of pictures that C.S. Fly took, he missed the very ones that would have made him a household name to anyone interested in the Old West. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
11 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. You're not going to put me... Look, if they, you know them fundraisers where they go and arrest, quotation, arrest people? And
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they'd never get me out.
Yeah.
They'd be stuck with me. They'd be like, somebody give me $1.
Yeah,
Get him
please,
outta
somebody
here.
please
Good
come get
Lord.
him for the day.
Officer King with us this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing today?
You could at least raise
Doing
$1.
good.
couldn't you,
I'll
for me?
raise $1 for you. Yeah.
Officer King would probably give me $1 just to shut up.
That's probably true.
Officer King, what you got for us this morning?
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Department responded to 116 calls for service. There were 6 arrests processed in the jail, and the jail currently has 181 people incarcerated. On our incident reports, Sarah Owens from Ramsey Road in Ballstick reported a larceny of a motor vehicle. Sandra Marshall from Harris Henrietta Road in Mooresboro reported obtaining property by false pretense and larceny of a motor vehicle. And a Joyce Robbins from Robin Hood Drive in Forest City reported a misdemeanor larceny. That's all for the incident reports. On our arrest reports, Ellen Smith from Highway 226 in Kaiser was served with 2 counts of failure to appear, received a $1,000 secured bond, and a Darren Bailey from Cone Street in Mooresboro was also served with a failure to appear and received a $500 secured bond. That's all we have for today.
Officer King, we appreciate that report. Hope you have a great Friday. Most of all, be safe.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Officer King with that report from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. We're going to move over and check in with 911 communications. Folks, NC Tractor and Farm Supply made a mistake in the address there. I don't know if I read that wrong.
I don't know how I did. I must have been drunk when I wrote that. I don't know. I'm sorry, Phil.
Actually located at 299 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford, and so go by and see. Phil Sheehan, all his folks get that year-end clearance sale going on right now. Get your Massey Ferguson tractors. Hey, if nothing else, go buy me one, right?
Yeah, 299 Railroad Avenue.
299
It must have been that eggnog Tom brought over.
Could have been. It must have went bad. 13 minutes after 7 o'clock, going to check in with 911 Communications Center next.
Cheryl, have you been to the Homeworks Design Center inside Henson Building Materials in Forest City?
Oh, yes. Shayna, David, and William are incredible at designing kitchen and bath cabinetry for my new she shed.
Your what?
And they have a full line of windows and doors on display in their 5,000 square foot showroom. And they'll install any ones you pick out for me.
Oh, you're too good to me.
I know. With selling and installing, it's basically one-stop shopping.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street, Forest City.
Building starts here.
14 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. I think we're just going to assign a name to all a generic name like Louise to all the people at 911 because I can't.
They'll all have one name.
Tina with us this morning. Tina, good morning.
Good morning.
What do
In
you
the
have?
past 24 hours, Rutherford County 911 Communications has processed 296 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 32 for EMS, 116 for the Sheriff's Office, 44 for Forest City, 2 for Lake Lure, 46 for Rutherfordton, and 34 for Spindale. Under fire calls, we had SDO respond to a brush fire with Forestry Service assisting. We had Forest City respond to a motor vehicle accident. We had Sandy Mush respond to a motor vehicle accident. And we had Shinga Hollow respond to a brush fire with the Forestry Service assisting them. And that's what we've had.
Tina, thanks so much for the report. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Taking with that report from the 911 Communications Center, yeah, they got so many that come in and out of there. You can't keep up with
Yeah,
all
I
their
know.
names.
It really is.
I have to guess sometimes, and usually my guesses aren't that great.
Oh, Todd, is it just me or is it like really hot in here?
It's really hot in here.
I'm going to cut the heat down.
15 minutes after 7 o'clock, I'm going to check in with SDO Fire District.
No way.
I'm here to rock the holidays with Bark Mobile. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G or Moto G Pure.
OMG, Santa. Red leather is totally trending.
You sound like my elves. You can also get 2 lines with unlimited data for just $35 a month each.
Okay, slay, Santa.
Slay on.
Bark Mobile rocks the holidays. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details or visit mybarkmobile.com/terms and conditions. Offers expire January 7th, 2024.
Sis Ford, located on Oak Street in Forest City, is now Legendary Ford. Still locally owned and still offering the same local hometown service as always. The new family at Legendary Ford is working hard to prove to you that they want your business. So stop by today and see the large selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks on the lot, and let the guys at Legendary Ford help you choose the perfect vehicle that best fits you and your family. Visit them at 565 Oak Street in Forest City or visit the website at www.legendaryford.com or call them at 245-1626.
16 minutes after 7 o'clock, talking about hold on. Now we can go to SDO. Sorry about that. Had to throw it. Hadn't done that in a couple of days. So here we go. The Darby O'Gill and the Little People. It's actually a Disney movie, but it's about Darby O'Gill. He can see the little leprechauns that live on Mount Nakaniga. And he goes and they actually capture him and put him in the mountain. And it's a great. You should see it. But he's after King Brian's gold.
I'll put that on my list for this weekend.
He's after King Brian's gold and Naknashiga. That's it. Naknashiga.
Naknashiga.
Yeah, Mount Naknashiga. It's a good movie. I love it.
I was having tongue twisters this morning.
I didn't either.
Early this morning.
It's actually got a very young Sean Connery in it.
Oh.
Like very young.
Oh.
And he sings.
He sang. He sings.
Didn't know Sean Connery could sing, could
He
you?
sings. He sings a song.
There you go.
I know he could picture bad guys as James Bond, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, you ought to watch it. So your homework for this weekend, folks, is Darby O'Gill and the Little People. See if you can find that and watch it.
There you go.
Great Disney movie. Great and good morning, sir.
Good morning, and there, me lad.
We just get right into conversations we just forget all about.
He's speaking his.
Introducing
he's speaking.
people.
You have Irish heritage.
I do.
It's coming out.
I actually got asked one time if I was actually from Ireland, and I said, I'm Southern born, true and true.
Southern born, Southern bred, and when I die,
spirit.
I'll be Southern dead.
That's it. As a matter of fact, when I connected my family tree back to another Loveless researcher who worked back in the 20s, and of course it won't fly with a through and through genealogist like Jim Brewer or his wife Jackie, but they traced our lineage back to the Irish kings and queens of Dublin. I had a grandfather who was baptized by St. Patrick, and that lineage they say goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. So they're my 141st great-grandparents. But yes, my heritage is Irish.
Oh.
Well, only I did find out something interesting about my line. 19th generation, my 19th great-grandfather was Sir William Wallace, Braveheart.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm 50%. I actually, with not my last name being Kaiser, I can trace my male lineage back to Germany. So I thought, well,
I traced mine back, and we were just all servants.
So I was like, if it would have to show up Germanic in some of my percentage, I have a very few percentage of actually Germanic blood. I'm 50% Scottish.
Oh.
And I was like, well,
I think I'm just a mutt.
Clan to the I'm the Huntley clan because my grandmother was a Huntley.
Yeah.
So I know my tartan coat. I may come in here in a kilt one day.
Well, there you go. Wear your little skirt in here.
People,
Just if you wear that kilt, you make sure you got some little tights on or something underneath there.
You better get a kilt. I'll wear a main lad.
Last guy that wore a kilt and passed out, he won first prize. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I found out why they called them kilts. It's because the man called them a dress and they just kilt them, you know.
That's right.
That's good.
Jonna Prescott checking in on the YouTube this morning. She says it's finally Friday. Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, Creighton, tell us what you got this morning.
All right, sir. It is the 342nd day of the year. We got 23 days left, and we're all counting it down. Today is National Brownie Day. That's pretty good. I could sink my teeth into a brownie or two. And finally, down at SDO, the all-quiet streak has come to an end. Chief Bailey reported that SDO responded to a brush fire that was over on Dale Sumi Road yesterday. I don't have any birthdays or anniversaries to report, but over the weekend, let's point to the Lord's house. Tomorrow, December 9th and December 10th, from 6 to 9 p.m. nightly, West Point Baptist Church is going to be hosting a live nativity scene. So please go by there and support them and relive as they portray the birth of our Savior. And speaking of our Savior, Sunday, December 10th, is the Lord's Day. And so we encourage you to find a house of worship and get on in there and get your praise and worship on and just worship our Savior in spirit and in truth. We invite you over to Danieltown. We have Sunday school at 10 and worship at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Come on out, and you'll be glad you did. Also, folks, if you do have birthdays, anniversaries, or events, just email them to me at sdoevent@gmail.com. Looks like today we're going to have intervals of clouds and sunshine in the district with a high of 61, and tonight mostly cloudy skies with a low of 42. Sunrise is coming up in just a few minutes at 7:23, and sunset will still be today, again, at 5:14. The moon is in the waning crescent phase, and the signs today, well, now they're in the secrets, and that is a very fertile sign. The moon is still in the dark phase, and over the weekend, on the 9th and 10th, the signs will still be in the secrets over the weekend. And, guys, that's about all this little man has for y'all, and it's been a wonderful week. We're looking forward to a good weekend.
One time I was traveling down in South Carolina, me and my brother, me and somebody was going to look for a paintball field, and we stopped at this little store out in the middle of nowhere, and there was this big, huge guy in there, red hair, flaming red hair, and he had a real Irish brogue accent. And I was telling him about my grandmother being a Huntley. And he stopped and he walked around the counter and he shook my hand. And he said, I never met the Huntley. And I was like, well, and apparently Huntleys carry some weight over in the Scottish lands over there. So
Your family must have beat his family up one time.
I don't know. He didn't, that man would have beat me like I owed him money. He was a big. When I say he's a big old boy, he was a big old boy.
He's a big old boy.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Great. We appreciate your report. Have a great Friday, sir.
Thanks, guys. Y'all too.
Take care.
Great, Loveless for that report from the SD&O Fire District. We're going to check over at. We're going to check with Steve over at the Trine International Equestrian Center. First, I'm going to tell you about Patriot Arms, folks. If you've not made it to Patriot Arms yet, you need to go down by there and check those out. Right beside Danieltown, right behind Danieltown Baptist Church. If you go up, what is it, Bethany Church Road there, go straight across and then turn like, the convenience center's on your left there. Danieltown Baptist Church is on your right. If you turn right there, it's right there behind Danieltown Baptist Church. That's where you'll find Patriot Arms. They've got a store full of great deals, huge inventory. Gift certificates are available. Layaway program, they have new and used merchandise. They buy, sell, and trade on guns. And they have ammo, apparel, holsters, and cleaning supplies. I did go in there, and that's a very nice, laid out store. Great prices. They also do gun repair and gunsmithing. Patriot Arms is an amazing gun shop and so much more. Locally owned by good old boys right here in Rutherford County. See them today or call 828-919-2803. Tell them Todd and Tracy sent you over there. Shop local. Support our small businesses like Patriot Arms. Steve Ernest from the Tryon International Equestrian Center with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Todd. Tracy, how you guys doing?
Good. Doing just wonderful. It's Friday.
That's it. Yeah, well, it's not raining yet, but it's a nice. I think it's going to be a beautiful day today. At least we got that, and hopefully it won't be a washout this weekend. But we just have to take what nature gives us, right?
That's right.
So we'll just work with it and figure out what's up with it. But I would like to promote our New Year's Eve party that we're going to have. There's a cost to it, but it's going to be on the third floor this year. So it's of course December 31st, and we got a live band up there. It's an 80s live band, retro band. It'll be a pretty good, neat way to bring in the new year, because you're up there real high with looking down on the Christmas lights, and you can see the mountains in the background if it's a moonlit night. It'll be a pretty cool experience, I think. So, but otherwise, we got everything else ready to gear up today. I guess we're going to light up the fire pits. I think tonight will be our best night in terms of the weather. So tonight would be a good night to come in and see the Christmas lights and all the entertainment, the bounce houses, which we've been talking about a lot lately, and Santa Village and the Grinch house and all the live music and entertainment, and ice skating, of course, and the Christmas light show. So all that stuff is going on through the end of this month. So and we'll top it off with our New Year's Eve party, New Year's Eve night. So that's where we are today. We're going to light those fire pits and have them waiting on you guys tonight.
That's right. Go out to the Triton National Equestrian Center, take in some of the activities they got going over the weekend. And Steve, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
Okay, we'll be here.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Steve Ernest with that report from the Tryon International Equestrian Center over in Polk County. Let us know what's happening over that way. 27 minutes after 7 o'clock, we're going to check in with DeVern Upton next.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross Blue Shield
27 minutes after 7 o'clock, DeVern Upton with us from the Ballstick Fire District. DeVern, good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Doing good.
Doing good. Just waiting on you.
Just waiting, huh? Waiting on Christmas?
Waiting on. Oh, it's okay.
Temperature here in Boston is 31 degrees. Fire department had no calls, but they will have their Christmas dinner next Friday, the 15th. Hope they enjoy that. Boston Floors has their Christmas items 20% off. Stop in and check that out. Then going up to the drop-in here on Boston Sunshine Highway and check their meat department out and the deli. Food boxes will be given out again here at Washburn's Outreach from 9 to 1. And the thrift store is open. Go in there. You can find some goodies. I volunteered up there yesterday, and they do have some good stuff. So check it out. Might find a Christmas present in there. And hope everyone has a wonderful Friday.
Well, we hope you do.
We'll talk to you again on Monday, DeVern. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks.
Take care.
DeVern Upton with that report from the Ballstick Fire District. We're going to move to Mount Vernon.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
29 minutes after 7 o'clock, Robbie's
going, yeah. I'm not going with them.
I'm going with crazy people. What's wrong with y'all? I can barely deal with them enough in the morning, much less put up with them all day. Gosh.
I don't know. Sometimes the food is involved. It's all right to.
It does make a
it just
difference.
work.
Especially free food.
I can.
That's right.
I can eat and just ignore other people. So.
Isn't it amazing how much free food tastes better?
Oh, every time I eat a free meal,
yeah.
I always tell whoever's answering, man, that's the best meal I ever had.
It's either free food or outside food. I love cookouts. So good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no matter what's cooked outside, it seems like it's just good.
Yeah.
There's something about all them mosquitoes that makes a burger that much better.
Don't it? It really does.
Yeah, that's right. Some pollen burgers.
Yeah, the pollen burgers, bee burgers, ant burgers.
Might be what made them so good.
Might be.
Yeah.
It'll be here before you know it. Just like I was sitting here thinking about how fast this week has went by. Monday we were just talking about, well, it's Monday.
I
Back to
know.
Monday. Here we are at Friday already, and it's like, my goodness.
I feel like
not complaining, but
since Monday to today, I feel like I have been around the world 2 times. This has been the craziest, messed up week, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Everything, something will make it better.
It will. It's good. Friday, it's winding down. It's really good.
Oh, we forgot something, Robbie. We forgot something.
What's that?
Here we go.
And now for something completely different.
I don't have it.
I thought you had. You just told me.
No,
You
I don't
pointed
have
your
it.
phone at me and told me you had Tracy.
I'm sorry. I said no. I don't have it. I can't. I don't have it today. I'm so sorry. I don't have a Tracy tidbit today. I didn't look one up. I'm going to start Monday. Here's what I told you.
Todd's TV.
Look.
Todd's tidbit for this morning is today is the day in 1931 that the coaxial cable was patented.
Wow, I couldn't.
Coaxial cable has been used in many applications all around the world, including your own house. If you get those little, the little screw-in jacks. That's a coaxial cable. So how many coaxial cables you reckon you've had over the years?
Oh, millions.
Many. And that was invented on this day in 1931.
Thank you, Todd, for stepping in.
Yeah.
He saved the day.
Very helpful knowledge.
Talk about an improv right there. That was just, let's go with that. Oh, we could also talk about today's the birthday of Eli Whitney, who was born in 1765.
Yeah.
Who invented the cotton gin.
I bet he did.
Not the one in Ellenboro.
Well, see, when you do things like this, instead of Tracy's tidbits, it could be Tracy's bailouts. That's what you call it.
That's right.
Oh, Robbie.
Oh, just looking after. He's like the big brother. Right?
He is.
Just trying to take care of her.
I should have done my homework a little earlier, but here I am sitting here scrolling. And I said, I just looked at Todd. He wasn't even listening to me. And I said, okay, I'm going to start Monday, and I'm going to start with Christmas stuff. And I'm going to finish out the...
That's how well our show's going. Tracy's looking at TikTok videos
Yeah.
while we're going. So, it's... Anyway. Robbie, what's going on over in the Mount Vernon area today? Anything?
Well, not a whole lot. The fire department, they didn't have any calls in the last 24 hours. And they had their training meeting last night. And in Rutherford, we just responded to a fire alarm yesterday. So it's been 2 good days for everybody. So hopefully today will be a good day. And we'll see what the world brings to us. And just want to say Sunday, December the 10th, I'll be a year closer to y'all. Now, I'm trying to catch up with you, but I can only do it 1 year at a time. So,
your birthday's coming up on Sunday.
Sunday, yep. It'll be here Sunday.
Wow.
Yep, so I'm going to try to catch up with y'all this year, but I don't know if I'll be able to or not.
You might if you run just a little bit harder.
I don't want to run any harder. I'm fine.
December the 10th.
Yep. So, but other than that, that's really all I got to report on this end of the world.
Now, see, the funny part about that is me and Herman Jones, you remember Herman Jones,
Yes.
our Cliffside reporter, we shared a birthday.
Uh-huh.
When I was born, he was, I think it was 40 years old. So he was 40 times as old as me.
Yeah.
So when I was 10, he was 50. So now he's only 5 times as old as me.
Yeah.
All right. When I was 20, he was 60, so now he's only 3 times older than me.
Yeah.
When I was 40, he was 80, so now he's only 2 times older than me.
Uh-huh.
And I asked him one time, I said, how long do you think it'd take me before I catch you? Because each year it gets less and less. 5 times, 4 times, 3 times. You know.
Yeah.
Mathematically, that's how that worked. But I never did catch him.
He died, too. So
well, I mean,
he passed away.
Well,
Herman was a good fellow.
He was. He was a good one.
I'm just going to say that I'm proud of you to do that math at 7:30 in the morning. I think that says a lot about you, Todd.
That's right. I just happened to think of that on the fly too, and Herman was like, "Well, that's pretty good," you know.
Herman was a good one, wasn't he?
He was.
He used to always talk about those. What was he used to always talk? The coyotes
making a kill.
Oh my goodness, he always talked about that.
Yeah, I remember him in the mornings, and him and Harry Taylor, of course, and
Harry,
Dale, and it's something how the time has changed, and
it really
the world
is.
keeps going around, but you miss those folks. You
know?
Yep, time has taken those people away from us.
Yep, they sure have.
It has. But, well, hopefully we'll be here for just a little while longer. If not, we'll see each other on the other side, I'm sure.
That's right.
Maybe we'll still do the morning show over there.
Who knows? Yeah, we might.
You never know.
We might be.
All right, Robbie, we appreciate it. Hope you have a great Friday, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.
That sounds like a plan. Y'all have a great day.
See you, Robbie.
You take care.
Bye-bye.
Robbie Samuel with that report from the Mount Vernon Fire District. We're going to check in with Sue Price, Sunshine, Cherry Mountain after this.
Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service is the reason they continue to be voted best in pest control. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Free estimates when you call Hutchins Pest Control, and you can be sure that job is going to be done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171, and they'll be right there.
7:37 Friday morning on this December the 8th. 32 degrees outside, so right at freezing. Sue Price with us from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. Sue, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Oh, yes.
Happy Friday indeed.
Happy Friday.
It's pretty over here. The sun's coming out, shining on top of the mountain over there.
Boy, it was awful frosty looking when I got in my car this morning.
We've had some cold weather, but
yeah,
here it is wintertime. And almost Christmas.
That's right.
Good time of the year, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
A lot of things going on. Well, let's see. I didn't have any calls from the fire department. Don't have any. The only birthday I have is on the Fairview's calendar, and it's for Rick Chapman. So I hope Rick's going to have a good day today. And we wish anybody having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And in my announcements, the Fairview Baptist Church will be going caroling on the 16th. They leave the church at 5 o'clock. And then their Christmas play is the 17th at 6:30 p.m. And on the 24th, they're not going to be having a night service. And 31st, New Year's worship is 6:30, New Year's Eve worship. And let's see, Duncan's Creek, the children's Christmas program will be during the worship service on the 24th. So look forward to that. And also the Christmas Eve service on the 24th. We'll be having the reading of the luminaries at that service. So people have been purchasing luminaries to go around the church for Christmas and in memory and in honor of somebody. And they'll be reading those off at the Christmas Eve service. And so far, I think that's the only announcement I have. It's just quiet and calm over this way. Looking for a good day and a good weekend. I hope y'all have one.
Thanks, Sue. You're doing well.
Thank you, Sue. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sue Price with that report from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. We're going to move up check in with Tina White. Shingle Holla next.
With gas and utility prices skyrocketing, you need to save money wherever you can. Jay's Discount Grocery can help you do just that. Jay's Grocery has a fresh meat market and a produce aisle like no other. Jay's carries all household needs, including dog and cat food, cups, paper plates, drinks, famous brand names arriving daily at a fraction of the cost. You know, you just never know what you'll find at Jay's. Find out for yourself. Jay's is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 8 to 8, closed on Sundays. Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street in Forest City. Shop Jay's and walk out with a pocket full of savings.
You in the hot seat.
You were hot. Tracy in here said
you were hot a minute
freezing.
ago.
I know.
I'd say if Tracy is freezing, she's definitely not in the same room I am, but she is. But, you know. Tina White.
You're in the
Holla.
hot seat over there, Todd.
Good morning, Tina.
Good morning. Well, I'm pleasantly warm this morning because I have heat. But, Tracy, I thought you were hot a few minutes ago. I heard you say it's hot in here.
I know, I was, and then I turned the heat down. Now I'm cold.
You got cold?
Back and forth, back and forth.
Well,
it's rough to be a woman, ain't it?
Amen.
Sometimes it is. God sounds like he knows about it.
It's rough putting up with women.
Does Karen ever do that?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, okay.
No, you know what?
Yeah, my husband would agree.
Oh, yeah.
I got laid down last night. Well, Karen reads in the evenings, and I whatever. And darn if she didn't stick her cold feet right up against my back. I was like, go on with them. My feet are cold. I was like, well, you better get a blanket.
I think every woman has probably done that.
Doggone.
I think maybe it could be the other way around, too.
Could be.
Yeah. Well, up here in Shingle Hollow, it's 33 degrees. It's cold, a good frost going on, the sun rising, and it has been beautiful watching the sun rise this morning in the clouds. It's so pretty. The fire department, Dwayne says they had one small grass fire last night. They got to it, and it was a small one. They were very thankful that it was. They got it put out. Birthdays today, we have Skylar Edward on Pilgrim Way birthday calendar, church calendar. So Skylar, happy birthday. And tomorrow is Miss Jocelyn Moore's birthday. She's on Piney Knob. And on Sunday, there's an anniversary for Jerry and Willie Boone. So happy anniversary to them. I hope all these have a great weekend. We have Christmas plays coming up. Sunday, there is a children's Christmas play at Piney Knob Baptist Church at 6 p.m. And then on the 16th, which is next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the next, Montford Cove is having their live nativity from 6 to 8. And I love to go up there. If you're in the area or just go through their live nativity, it's a wonderful thing to do. That's at Montford Cove Baptist Church. And then on Sunday, the 17th, Piney Knob's adult Christmas plays at 6 p.m. They'll be giving out treat bags for that, the old-fashioned treat bags. I've heard, Todd and Tracy, I've heard you talk about those. Our church still gives those out. You have to come on the 17th at 6 p.m. And then Shingle Hollow is also having their Christmas play that night at 7. And then the following Sunday, Christmas Eve, Pilgrim Way is having their Christmas Eve program at 7 p.m. So we got lots of Christmas plays and Christmas programs going on in the area, and some strange activity. You've seen strangers walking on the roads this time of year, and just look out for your neighbor. Make sure that lock up your stuff if you got anything outside, because there's, like I said, strange activity going on around in Shingle Hollow.
I always knew I'd hit the Christmas treat bag jackpot when they handed me one that had a Three Musketeers bar in it. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had hit the jackpot at that point.
Yeah.
There's one thing that they don't put in them that I used to love, and I've not seen this candy in a long time, but it was a soft peppermint, like a nougat, kind of a chewy peppermint.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember those too. Yeah.
I miss those, but I like mint. Some people don't like mint, but I used to love those.
I like those little soft mints that kind of like dissolve in your mouth. Those are good.
Those are good. Those are
so good.
We get that every Sunday at Piney Knob Baptist Church. We have a candy man.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives out that soft peppermint. He's probably listening this morning, too.
Oh.
One of the little boys calls him Candyman, but it's Arnold Brown. So good morning, Arnold. I hope he's feeling better.
Good morning,
And
Arnold.
Here's a little interesting tidbit playing off of Tina White's Candyman. Today is also the birthday of Sammy Davis Jr., who sang the hit Candyman.
Oh, well, good.
Oh.
And here's a fact you may not have known. In the 1971 movie, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the Candyman in the movie, that role was actually offered to Sammy Davis Jr., and he turned it down because he thought it would take away from the movie, him being such a big star.
Oh, really?
And he didn't take it. They wanted him to be the Candyman.
Oh.
And he turned it down because he thought it would take away from the movie, and he wanted Gene Wilder to have have the spotlight.
Well, that's neat.
So that's cool.
That's a good friend right there, isn't it?
And he would have been a good Candyman.
He would have.
Yeah.
He sure would. I could see him doing that, actually.
So instead we get Bill the Candyman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you all have a wonderful Friday. It's finally Friday. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to go out and see the Nutcracker this evening.
Oh, I've heard that was so good.
Well, our local Dreamweavers dance studio, they're doing the performance, and I think that the elementary schools went yesterday, which I know they did. And several of my friends said how good it is. So we're excited. We're gonna enjoy the evening at Isothermal.
Sounds good, Tina. Thanks so much for the report. Have a great Friday.
Take care.
Y'all too. God bless you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Tina White with that report from the Shingle Hollow Fire District. Yeah, 7:46. I'm glad I didn't say what I thought. That's okay. We'll move on. Union Mills, Brenda Kelly, we're heading your way.
At Carolina West Wireless, the gifts are on us this holiday season. Save thousands on bundling iPhones, iPads, and watches with new lines of service. Need to upgrade? Save big there, too. To celebrate the gifts we are most grateful for, our customers, we are having a holiday customer appreciation event at our retail store locations. Join us December 7th through 9th and get the best savings of the year and register to win great prizes. Celebrate the holidays with us as we celebrate you. Carolina West Wireless.
7:47 on this Friday morning. Brenda Kelly with us from Union Mills. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning on this fabulous Friday morning, and I want you to know the sunrise was beautiful. It was all red and pink and purple, and I went outside and just thanked the good Lord that I had eyes to see.
Oh, yeah.
I know. That's so. We take stuff like that for granted, don't we?
Yep.
Some days you just kind of, the sun rises and goes, and then some days you walk out and look at that sunrise and it just hits you in the soul.
Yeah,
it
and
does.
Where the airplanes had been, all that was all pink and red looking, and I just thought, good Lord paints a pretty picture.
He really does. He's a master.
Well,
He's
I mean,
masterpiece.
He took
master.
Bob Ross. He took Bob Ross home, so he painted some masterpieces.
He
that's for
gave
sure.
Bob Ross lessons.
Exactly.
There you go. But we hope everybody's having a good morning. I've got 28 degrees on the front porch, and my calendar says Hanukkah begins today. So everybody that celebrates Hanukkah, you can start celebrating. And it's a birthday party for Tom Root, Tuesday, December the 12th, 12 noon, Union Mills Community House. Bring a covered dish to share and join us for lots of fun. No gifts, please. Cards will be great. Everyone is welcome. And then bake sale December 17th, 2 to 5 p.m. Need a dessert? Pick one up at Far City Church of the Nazarene. Money raised will go where needed most. And so far, that's all I got going on that I know of. Did I give the temperature? It's 28.
28 degrees.
Oh, wow.
It's cold enough.
Okay, yeah, that's cold enough.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I got going on, so I guess y'all need to truck on down to Ellenburg and check on Luther Sweet Thing.
All right, Brenda, you want to ride with us down to Ellenburg, or you just going to stay put?
I'm just going to stay put.
All right, we'll talk to you Monday.
Okay, catch
Thanks.
you later.
Bye.
Take care.
Brenda Kelly with that report from the Union Mills Fire District. We are indeed going to head on down to Ellenburg and see if we can get a hold of Luther Gilligan.
It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherford, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com. It's the store folks in Western North Carolina depend on. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply. It's like a superstore. Deer corn, $11.05 for 50 pounds. Cob corn, $10. They have plenty of deer plant supplies. Check on the lower prices on propane, $12.99 for a 20-pound tank. Mulch, gravel, rocks, and supplies for beautiful landscaping. That's available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at lower prices. Open Monday through Saturday. If you want a feed and seed store that carries so much more, including new and used farm equipment, then come on over to Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whiteside.
Good morning,
Road.
Luther. How you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Hey, I've been doing great. Hope you two are.
Oh, yeah. Luther Gillikin with us from Ellenboro. Going to tell us what's going on down that way this morning.
Not a whole lot going on down here this morning. Everything's quiet. Everybody's getting their biscuits and getting their gas, getting this last day of the weekend. Looking forward to the weekend. Usually the fire department haven't had one medical call. Had it about 7 o'clock last night. They were quiet all night last night, and they're quiet this morning. So doesn't know what's going on down here. So you two have a great day up there. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you Monday.
We'll see you then, Luther. Thanks.
Take care.
All right. Take care. Both of you.
Luther Gillikin with that report from the Ellenboro Fire District, and let us know what's happening down around the town of Ellenboro. Well, folks, Granny B's is our sponsor for the morning birthdays and the birthday winner. Enjoy a fresh, delicious orange twist Long John cream-filled donut, original glazed donut, or for lunch, stop in and order a fresh salad or get one of those delicious Granny B's sub sandwiches. Granny B's does beautiful cakes for showers, weddings, birthdays, or any occasion that you need a cake. Or if you'd rather have the petit fours, you can get those instead. Granny B's hours are Tuesday through Friday, 9 until 7, Saturday, 9 until 6. Call them at 286-9012, located at 322 West Main Street in Spindale. If you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary, give me a call, 287-3356. We're going to have a party in your honor, and the winner of the drawing will receive a box of those petit fours. Compliments of Granny B's and WCAB.
The Hubble Space Telescope was designed to help us explore regions of space best seen near the edge of the universe. The telescope is about the size of a large school bus, weighs about 24,000 pounds, is in an orbit 353 miles above the Earth, and circles the Earth at 5 miles per second, which would get a car from New York to Los Angeles in 10 minutes. Trying to see the universe from planet Earth has been compared to bird watching from the bottom of a lake. Therefore, getting a clean window has given some incredible pictures of our universe. Our spiritual insights are also affected by our location. Almost every parent is concerned about the influences on their children. Good character is improved by good influences, and bad character is encouraged by negative influences. If we spend little time being influenced by spiritual values, it is like trying to look through a steamed-up shower door. We have to get a clean window to see spiritual realities. May I encourage you this week to read the Bible or attend church in order to get some clean air around your spiritual telescope? This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for these programs are sold in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
Birthday. Happy birthday today to, well, coming up on Sunday, Robbie Samuel will be having a birthday coming up on Sunday, so happy birthday. Early birthday, Robbie. Hope you have a great birthday coming up on Sunday. Also, birthdays today. Maggie Pips celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday, Maggie. Hope you have many, many more birthdays and events throughout the history on this day. In 1765, I already mentioned, Eli Whitney was born. He's the inventor of the cotton gin. He passed away in 1825. 1925, Sammy Davis Jr. was born. He died back in 1990. Comedian Flip Wilson, remember him?
Yes.
Born on this day in 1933. He passed away in 1998. And here's a fellow that you may not know by his real name, but you know him by his show name. 1937, James MacArthur was born. He died in 2018, but by the name of Danny Williams on the show, Hawaii Five-0.
Oh,
Book 'em,
Dano. Oh, yeah, book 'em, Dano.
1943, singer Jim Morrison was born. He was the lead singer of The Doors. He passed away in 1971. 1947, Greg Allman of the Allman Brothers Band was born. He passed away in 2017. And in 1953, actress model Kim Basinger was born. On this day in 1792, the first cremation occurred in the U.S. in 1792.
Wow.
That's a long time ago.
Was that by accident?
I
Or did they really do it?
I guess it was on purpose since they actually said it was the first one.
Wow.
Anyway.
Interesting.
1931, the coaxial cable is patented in 1941. Franklin Delano Roosevelt gave the famous speech. Today is December 7th, a day that will live in infamy. His Day of Infamy speech was given on this day in 1941. In 1952, the first TV acknowledgement of a pregnancy. You know what show that was on?
What?
I Love Lucy. Remember when
yes.
Lucy was pregnant with little Ricky?
Yep, that's exactly right.
1976, the Eagles released their Hotel California album. Today is National Crossword Solvers Day, National Salesperson Day, National Brownie Day, and Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day.
Oh,
so,
I can do that too.
I'm out of here. No, I'm just kidding. The winner of the Pettifor's Compliments of Granny B's, Robbie Samuel. Congratulations. Go by there and pick those up. And enjoy. Folks, it's finally
Friday.
Finally Friday.
Woohoo!
We ain't one at a time in here. We're mass communication.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
What? No way.
I've got $100 smoking in my billfold. I know I ought to save it, but it's burning a hole. Right through my pocket and into my skin. Come Monday morning, I'll be broke again. What? It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and make a good time to roll. Friday rocks! I got a little sugar baby down the road. She's sitting on a radio and rocking on gold. But that's up a storm and later on tonight we'll be working on doing all the wrong things right. It's Friday I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and make a good time to roll.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Come on in, boys. The water is fine.
Monday I'll be hurting with my head in a vice. Tuesday I'll be wondering if I'll ever survive. Wednesday and a Thursday I'll be slowly tuning in. Friday I'll be revving up my motor again. What? Friday I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll. Finally Friday. It's finally Friday. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll.
It doesn't really matter. I don't like my job, and I don't think I'm going to go anymore.
Folks, it is finally Friday. It was great being here with you on this Friday morning. Hope you have a great weekend. And if nothing else, good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise, we'll see you again on
That's
Monday.
exactly right. See ya.
As we say here, be good to each other. It'll all come back around to you.
We promise.
Have a great Friday.
The music's on us on WCAB.
This is Dakota Livesay chronicling another true story taken from the 1800s, a time known to all as the Old West. It's the dream of photographers to take dramatic pictures of an important event, winning a Pulitzer Prize. In the Old West, there was no such prize. However, if there had been, one photographer had the opportunity to win it, but he didn't click his shutter, not even once.
Well, here's the long distance bill.
Right.
And the internet bill.
Uh-huh.
And the wireless bill.
Anything you say, honey.
You're not listening to a word I say. These bills are taking away our extra cash.
Well, Fred told me about Affinity 4.
4 times more money for us to spend, right?
No, long distance internet, wireless service, and Fred says it's inexpensive. He's paying less now than ever before. Plus, Affinity 4 has always supported family values based on causes throughout the country. In fact, a portion of each billing goes to support their mission. Fred says he's not only helping himself with lower cost, but he's helping others too.
Affinity 4 sounds good. Did Fred give you a number?
Yeah, I think I have it. Hold on.
That number is 1-800-684-4815. Save money on your bills with Affinity 4, a new standard for giving. That's 1-800-684-4815.
Camellia Sidney Fly, better known as C.S. Fly, was an adventurer, silver miner, and lawman, but he was best known as a photographer. On December 10, 1879, he and his wife moved to early Tombstone, Arizona, where they built a boarding house with a photographic studio at street level. C.S. took pictures of anything that remained stationary for a short period of time. Cowboys, Tombstone residents, miners at work, picnics, parades, and fires. Unfortunately, there was one event that took place in Tombstone that C.S. failed to photograph, and that event was the OK Corral shootout. Now, it wasn't as if C.S. wasn't aware of it. It took place right outside his studio. Sheriff Behan hid out in the studio. Billy Claiborne and Ike Clanton, two of the cowboys, escaped through the studio. Maybe it was because he wasn't there. No, court records show that C.S. took a gun from the dying Billy Clanton right after the shootout. Okay, so maybe he didn't have time to set up his studio in advance, but there are no pictures of the scene following the shootout. But not only that, but weeks later, Morgan and Virgil Earp were shot from ambush, and C.S. Fly didn't take pictures of either of these events. Of the tens of thousands of pictures that C.S. Fly took, he missed the very ones that would have made him a household name to anyone interested in the Old West. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
At Insurance Service Associates, we want to be your insurance agent. We try to make it easier for you. When you ask, we will shop your insurance with multiple companies. We don't charge extra fees for making a payment. You can come by our office, or with many of our companies, you can pay us over the phone. Many of our customers come through our drive-thru. We want to make it simple because life is already too complicated. Insurance Service Associates, 245 East Main Street, or you can call us at 245-5301.
Your Merry Christmas headquarters is Different Times Mercantile. Sheila has a storeroom full of gorgeous antiques and new merchandise. You'll find vintage gifts and decor, tree decorations, jewelry, stocking stuffers, and for that picky person, get them a gift certificate and let them go pick out their own gift. Visit today, 548 South Main Street in Rutherfordton, open Monday through Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 5, and Sundays 1 to 5. Different Times Mercantile is a WCAB sponsor and toy drop-off location for our toy and coat drive. And if you're in doubt what to buy that picky person on your Christmas list, don't waste another moment trying to figure it out. Patriot Arms at 118 Makers Place in Forest City. The best directions, close to Highway 74, just past the old American homes, or it's near the Convenience Center on Bethany Church Road, and it's right behind Danieltown Baptist Church. They've got a store full of great deals, huge inventory, gift certificates available, layaway. They also have new and used merchandise. They buy, sell, and trade guns only. They have ammunition, apparel, holsters, and cleaning supplies. They also do gun repair and gunsmithing. Patriot Arms is an amazing gun shop and a whole lot more, and locally owned by people that live right here in Rutherford County. So if there's something special you're looking for, call and ask. 828-919-2803. That's 828-919-2803. Tell them WCAB sent you. Keep your money local. Spend it right here in Rutherford County.
Good morning. This is Cameron coming to you from the Blue Room with your weather forecast. Today, you can see partly cloudy conditions, a highs near 60. So partly cloudy overnight with lows around 40. For Saturday, it's mostly cloudy with isolated showers, a highs near 65. So mostly cloudy overnight with rain and isolated showers, so lows around 50. And for Sunday, it's mostly cloudy with showers and isolated thunderstorms, a highs near 65. And that was your weather forecast here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
And currently at 5 minutes past 8 o'clock, we're at the freezing mark, 32 degrees currently. Taking a look at some of the local headlines, the Rutherford County Commissioners showed confidence in their current leadership and unanimously reelected Brian King as chairman and Alan Toney as vice chairman. Now, each year in December, the commissioners vote on who will serve in these roles. This vote, again, was unanimous. The action took place at their meeting on Monday, December the 3rd. Now, King and Toney were first elected to the Board of Commissioners in 2014. Since that time, they have continually been chosen to serve by fellow commissioners as chairman and vice chairman. This is a great honor to serve my fellow commissioners and fellow citizens as chairman, according to Mr. King. He said, I appreciate the confidence that they have in me, and I have before we govern as a team. No one commissioner is above any other. He continued to say, we work as one body, we work together. Even when there may be some disagreements, we work together and respect each other. Working together as a team is one reason why we are successful. He went on to say, I promise to do my very best as a commissioner. I will continue to do what I think is best for the people of Rutherford County. Alan Toney told his fellow commissioners, I'm honored, I appreciate you showing confidence in me, and I will do my very best. Well, the Reverend Paul Scott, currently serving as member of the Rutherford County Board of Education, has decided he wants to serve in the North Carolina General Assembly. On Monday afternoon, Scott filed to run for the North Carolina House District 111 seat. Scott is a Republican. This is a seat currently held by Republican Tim Moore, who is not seeking re-election to the office. He said, I came to realize that to really have the impact that I want to have, I should run for a seat in the General Assembly, he said on Tuesday. Scott, who is a pastor at the Big Springs Baptist Church, says he loves serving as a Board of Education member and continues to support Rutherford County schools. He said, our school system has great teachers and administrators. We have wonderful students. He went on to say, I love serving on the school board. I do not plan to leave the school board unless I win. You can't serve on both boards. He went on to say that if he's elected, he hopes to address a number of issues which directly affect public schools. He said unfunded mandates, especially when it comes to serving exceptional children, are causing public school systems to suffer deep financial hardship. He went on to say the state does not fund the supports needed for all exceptional children. It only funds a percentage, but we are required to provide for these needs for all exceptional children, which is the morally right thing to do. However, the state should provide the funding for these students. Scott has other concerns, including the area of mental health, but overall, Scott said he wants to help bring a new sense of respect and civility when it comes to public service. He said, I recognize that many people have lost faith in our systems of government. I want to bring civility back. I want people to understand that we can disagree on matters and discuss these disagreements and try to come to a mutual understanding, and that we can do so while being respectful. Again, the Reverend Paul Scott, currently serving as member of the Rutherford County Board of Education, has now decided he wants to run for the North Carolina General Assembly. Well, the Broad River Water Authority was honored for water quality. Every year, the North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality's Division of Water Resources honors water treatment plants across the state for surpassing federal and state drinking water standards. For the 12th consecutive year, the division's Public Water Supply section awarded Broad River Water Authority its prestigious North Carolina Area Wide Optimization Award, which is part of the state effort to enhance the performance of existing surface water treatment facilities. Because of its long history of winning the award, Broad River Water Authority also received Gold Star honors. Gold Star awards are given to facilities that have won the award for more than 10 consecutive years. We are extremely proud to receive this honor for the 12th year in a row that, according to Maria Honeycutt, Broad River Water Authority Executive Director, a lot of people work hard day and night to make sure we produce and deliver the highest quality water to our customers. We intentionally set high goals for ourselves and thank the DEQ for recognizing our efforts. Well, congratulations to the Broad River Water Authority. We'll take a look at more headlines affecting our county and our neighbors, and we'll do that right after we take a look at our local obituaries, and that's being brought to you by Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services. It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherford, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com. Barbara White Miller, 64, of Bostic, passed away on Thursday, November the 30th. She's survived by her daughters, Chrissy Driver and husband Mark of Forest City, Perny Miller of Bostic, her son Stephen Miller and wife Kelly of Concord, her sister Deborah Crow of Bostic, and her grandchildren also survived. A memorial service was held yesterday. Washburn and Dorsey in charge of those arrangements. Randall Scott Vassey, 62, of Gaffney, passed away. Wait a minute. Her memorial service is today. It's been marked off. A memorial service is being held today at 2 o'clock, and this will be at the Fairview Baptist Church. Barbara White Miller, a memorial service, 2 o'clock today at the Fairview Baptist Church. Washburn and Dorsey in charge of the arrangements for Barbara White Miller. Randall Scott Vassey, 62, of Gaffney, passed away on November the 30th. He's survived by his daughter, Ashley Green, and his grandson, Ty Jones of Cliffside. His nephews and great-niece also survived. The family will receive friends tomorrow from 11 until 12 at the State Line Baptist Church, with a memorial service to follow at 12 o'clock. The family's at the home of Randy's daughter. Online condolences may be made at eggersfuneralhome.com. Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside in charge of the arrangements for Randall Scott Vassey. George Rayback, 96, passed away on Sunday in Asheville. Born in Frogtown, survived by his children, Deborah Bean and husband Alan, Pamela Kerrigan and husband Thomas, Lisa Eberhardt and husband PJ, his grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren, nieces and nephews also survived. George served our country in the United States Army during the World War II. He was stationed at the Air Force Base in Germany from 1946 to 1947. A visitation will be held tomorrow from 11 until 12. This will be at the Alcorn Funeral Home in Hawthorne. Funeral services will be at 12 noon at the funeral home. Immediately following the funeral service, the Walter W. Craig Post 354 of New Bethlehem American Legion will honor their fallen comrade. Burial will be in the Salem Cemetery in Frogtown. The family is asking that in lieu of flowers, memorial donations be made to the Rutherford County Senior Center Meals on Wheels, 193 Callahan Coon Road, number 132, Spindale, North Carolina, 28160. Attention, Terry Mitchell. Online condolences may be made locally to Matt Mahan's Funeral Home at mattmahansfuneralhome.com. Matt Mahan's Funeral Home in charge of the local arrangements for Mr. Charles E. Rebug. Barbara Lavender, 84, of Ellenboro, passed away on Wednesday. She was born in Catawba County, survived by her son, Dale Lavender, and wife Donna of Shelby. her brother, Ed Carswell, and wife Amy of Shelby, her sister, Janice Turner of Cliffside. Her grandchildren also survive. A private family gathering will take place to honor Barbara's life. Online condolences may be made at harrelsonfuneralhome.com. Harrelson Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Barbara Lavender. Carol Jean Lytle passed away on December the 6th at the age of 79. She was the wife of the Reverend Kenneth Lytle. She's survived by her children, Donna Purvis and husband William, Deborah Brown and husband Harold. She's also survived by her grandchildren, great-grandchildren. The family and friends will celebrate Carol's life tomorrow from 12:30 until 1:45 with a visitation to be held at the New Covenant Church of God in Ellenboro. A service filled with love and reflection will be officiated by Reverend Langford and by Reverend Owenby beginning at 2 o'clock. Online condolences may be made at crowmortuary.com. Crow's Mortuary in charge of the arrangements for Carol Jean Lytle. Evelyn Ruth Wilkerson Connor, 94, of Montfort Cove, passed away on December the 5th, survived by her children, Gary and wife Angie, Mark and wife Lita, Jeff and wife Lisa, Melanie and Tim Parton. Her grandchildren and great-grandchildren also survive. Services will be held at the Bills Creek Baptist Church. The receiving of friends will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, with the funeral service beginning at 11. Burial will be after the funeral service. Memorials may be made to the Bills Creek Baptist Church at 1221 Bills Creek Road, Lake Lure, North Carolina, 28746. Online condolences may be made at mattmahansfuneralhome.com. Matt Mahan's Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Evelyn Ruth Wilkerson Connor. Jesse Hollifield Maloney Hudson passed away on Monday, December the 5th. Born in Rutherford County, a graduate of Sunshine High School, retired from the town of Forest City, where she worked in the clerk's office, later at Graham Cash Company, survived by her son, Johnny Maloney, and wife Joanne, her daughter, Janet Maloney Geddes, all of Bostic. Her grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren also survive. Funeral services will be on Saturday, tomorrow, and this will be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Paget and King Chapel, with the family receiving friends from 12 until 1 at the mortuary prior to the service, and burial will be at the Cool Springs Cemetery. Online condolences may be made at PagetKing.com. Paget King Mortuary in charge of the arrangements for Jesse Hollifield Maloney Hudson. George Alwine Jr., 62 of Forest City, passed away on Monday at his home. Born in New York State, he served our country honorably in the United States Navy, and later working as a snowplow operator for the New York Department of Transportation for many years before relocating to North Carolina. Survived by his mother, Mary Alwine, his life companion, Maria de Jesus, his daughters, Candy Alwine, Stephanie Alwine, Amber Schneider, sisters Lisa and Tammy, his grandchildren, stepdaughters Gina, Christina, and Jessica Acosta. In honor of his wishes, no formal services will be held. However, online condolences may be made at harrelsonfuneralhome.com. Harrelson Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Mr. George Alwine Jr. And this has been the Morning Obituaries on WCAB, brought to you by Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services. You can hear these and others that come in throughout the day as part of the midday obituaries. That's at 11:30 this morning, and then again at 5:08 this afternoon.
Good morning. I'm Pastor Lee Coyle. Welcome to Coffee for the Soul, a brief devotion designed to jumpstart your service to Christ today. Nothing gets my body going in the morning like a hot cup of coffee. Nothing gets my spirit started like a fresh challenge from God's Word. Since we are now in the season of Advent, the time we prepare our hearts and order our lives to celebrate the birth of our Savior Jesus and anticipate His return, each Friday through Christmas Day will be Advent Friday. Thus, our devotional thought will be pertaining to Advent, or Christmas. There's a beautiful hymn by an unknown author that dates all the way back to the 12th century entitled, O Come, Emmanuel. Here are the lyrics of the first verse and chorus. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Emmanuel has come. He lived, died on a cross for your sins and mine, was buried, and on the third day rose to life again. He did all that to provide for all the world the greatest Christmas gift possible: forgiveness, peace with God, and both abundant and eternal life. Let me ask, have you unwrapped that gift? Have you accepted the gift of Christ and the salvation He came to give? If not, you can today. Admit your sin and need of a Savior. Commit your whole life, every area of it, to Christ, and He will forgive your sins and give you a new heart, a new journey, and a new and eternal destination. And He Himself will be your companion for the journey. If you have received this precious gift, then you know the joy and blessing of Emmanuel. In Matthew 18, verses 20 through 23, the Scripture declares, "An angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, for the child conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will bear a son, and you are to name him Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins." All this took place to fulfill what had been spoken by the Lord through the prophet. "Look, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall name him Emmanuel," which means God is with us. Now, that's coffee for the soul.
No way. I'm here to rock the holidays with Bark Mobile. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G or Moto G Pure.
OMG, Santa. Red leather is totally trending.
You sound like my elves. You can also get 2 lines with unlimited data for just $35 a month each.
Okay, slay, Santa.
Slay on.
Bark Mobile rocks the holidays. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details or visit mybarkmobile.com/terms and conditions. Offers expire January 7th, 2024.
On Millionaire's Cove.
Don, I won $1 million playing the $10 million spectacular scratch-off. And there's someone else.
Well, I won the $10 million top prize.
I don't know what I saw in your long-lost brother.
I have a brother?
New $10 million spectacular from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Instant millions change everything. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 3.11. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
With gas and utility prices skyrocketing, you need to save money wherever you can. Jay's Discount Grocery can help you do just that. Jay's Grocery has a fresh meat market and a produce aisle like no other. Jay's carries all household needs, including dog and cat food, cups, paper plates, drinks, famous brand names arriving daily at a fraction of the cost. You know, you just never know what you'll find at Jay's. Find out for yourself. Jay's is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 8 to 8, closed on Sundays. Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street in Forest City. Shop Jay's and walk out with a pocket full of savings. 21 minutes past 8 o'clock. Beth Helton is in the building. Beth, we did have programming, remember, beginning at 8:30 on Fridays. Now Beth has moved up to 8:30 on Friday morning, so Beth is here, and she will be in the Blue Room talking real estate at 8:30. Well, incumbents and newcomers continue to throw their hats into the ring, filing for the upcoming March 5th primary election. Now, as of yesterday, and I double-checked a lot of that I have, the following candidates have officially filed for office. All 4 incumbent Board of Education members, Chairman Philip Morrow, Vice Chairman Rick Ficklin, Angel King, Tracy Short. Thomas Crawford is running for the seat held by Ficklin in District Number 3, while Mike Lugo is challenging Morrow for the at-large seat. All are Republicans. Board of Education member Paul Scott has filed for the North Carolina General Assembly, House District Seat 111. Incumbent Republican County Commissioners David Hunt and Greg Lovelace have filed for re-election. Both are Republicans. Republican Rachel Thomas has filed for re-election as the Register of Deeds. The deadline for filing is Friday, December the 15th. Again, the deadline to file is Friday, December 15th. The filing period began at noon on Monday. Now, local candidates filed at the Board of Elections Office. That's on Fairground Road. Municipal elections will also be held in November 2024, but because local municipal races are nonpartisan, there are no primaries. The filing period for the municipal races will be July the 5th through the 19th, and that is for your mayors and your town commissioners. Well, 2 wildfires still burn near North Carolina 80 following a weekend of humid weather with maybe some showers. 2 fires burning in the McDowell area near the Pisgah National Forest have remained around the same size, while firefighters have made strides in containing the fires. The U.S. Forest Service spokesman Jennifer Bunty told the Asheville Citizens Time that the Locust Cove Fire number 2, burning in the Sunnyvale area of the McDowell County, has remained at 165 acres since December the 2nd. Containment on the fire increased to 45%, up from 25%. Now, that was back on December the 2nd. Now, during this phase of operation, firefighters are working on containment lines along the ridge line above Clear Creek Road, according to Bunty. The fire started November the 29th within the fire scar of the previous fire from March, and the ignition source is unknown. Similarly, Clear Creek Fire near North Carolina 80 south of Lake Tahoma in McDowell County remains at about 126 acres. Containment also went up about 20%, currently sitting at 60%. No structures have been threatened or damaged by either fire, according to Bunty, and there have been no injuries reported. There are no current closures in place, and the Clear Creek Fire began on private land on November the 30th. Now, Buncombe County canceled their burn ban. The fires are being fought under a unified command with 61 firefighters assigned to the Clear Creek Fire, 40 on the Locust Cove Fire. Now, while most of the larger fires that raged throughout western North Carolina this fall have abated, the Black Bear Fire in Haywood County region of Pisgah National Forest has grown 120 acres to about 2,008 acres totally. Containment remains at 90%, according to a news release from the U.S. Forest Service. About 36 firefighters are currently responding to that fire, according to the Forest Service. We've got sports coming up next. Beth Helton's in the room to talk real estate, and that's coming up next here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
NCN Sports, good morning. I'm Tony Bixby. Duke has a new football coach, and Mike Davis reports he's a longtime veteran of the ACC.
In-state defensive coordinator Manny Diaz has accepted the job to take over the reins of the Blue Devils football program, the university announced Thursday night. Diaz replaces former coach Mike Elko, who departed for Texas A&M in late November. Diaz also brings head coaching experience to the table, previously leading Miami to 3 bowl-eligible seasons from 2019 to 2021. Diaz was on the staff at NC State from 2000 to 2005. I'm Mike Davis.
Attorney General Josh Stein yesterday among a group of attorneys general filing a federal antitrust lawsuit challenging the NCAA's transfer eligibility rule. We get more on that from Gail Hurd.
Josh Stein alleges that the rule allegedly restrains college athletes' ability to change schools and play sports. Players are eligible to transfer once as an undergraduate and also free to transfer after graduating. But they have to sit out a year if they transfer more than once unless the NCAA provides a waiver. Stein recently wrote letters to the NCAA criticizing the transfer rule after it was used to temporarily prevent UNC football player Devontae Walker and Wake Forest University basketball player Efton Reed from playing this year. I'm Gail Hurd.
In NFL action last night, the New England Patriots 21-18 winners over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Turning our attention to hockey, and the woes for the Carolina Hurricanes continue on their trip north of the border. They were edged last night by the Calgary Flames 3-2, losing in 2 consecutive nights. Also last night in the NHL, Toronto over Ottawa 4-3. Overtime, the Sharks over the Red Wings 6-5. You're listening to NCN Sports.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we like calling North Carolina home because being local matters. It's why in every county, we have agents whose hometown is your town. That means we're there when you need us most, with personal service you'd expect from a friend or neighbor. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Did you know Atlantic hurricane season runs through November? From gathering necessary supplies to planning an evacuation route, now is the time to make sure you and your family are prepared. And if a storm damages our electric system, local public power providers are ready to respond and restore power quickly and safely. As a public power customer, you benefit from having an electricity provider that restores power faster than other providers do. Visit electricities.com for storm preparation tips and resources.
Masters champion Jon Rahm has left the PGA Tour to become part of the Saudi-funded Live Golf Tour. Rahm confirmed that stunning decision, saying he's been happy with the PGA Tour, but there are things about Live Golf that he has found enticing, including what's speculated to be a very large amount of money. Senior writer at Golf Digest, Joel Beal, says until recently, Rahm had said money was not an issue.
The past week or two, almost every day we've got some indication that this announcement was coming. And yet to see Jon Rahm officially announce it this afternoon was still, I think, a shock. Certainly in this era of peace between the PGA Tour and LIV as they work through negotiations. Rahm's departure to LIV, I think, only complicates that matter.
LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels, the Associated Press College Player of the Year. Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
At Vive, we're kicking off Black Friday early, and we're keeping it going all the way through the holiday season with our best deal of the year. That's right, you can save more than ever before with our 105 megabits per second internet for only $19.99 a month for your first 6 months when you choose AutoPay. Plus, get free installation when you order online. So go to vivebroadband.com today and make the holidays brighter with our best deal of the year. Offer ends January 2nd, 2024. Not available in all areas. Modem, certain installations, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to data plan. Visit vivebroadband.com for all restrictions.
There are plenty of drugstores in Rutherford County, but not all of them offer the same personal customer service that is offered at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Laura Hodge and her team have trusted experience and professional service. You're not just a number to them, you're a friend. Make the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton your hometown drugstore at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1, 287-7117.
Good morning, this is Cameron coming to you from the Blue Room with your weather forecast. Today, you can see partly cloudy conditions, a highs near 60, so partly cloudy overnight with lows around 40. For Saturday, it's mostly cloudy with isolated showers, a highs near 65, so mostly cloudy overnight with rain and isolated showers, so lows around 50. And for Sunday, it's mostly cloudy with showers and isolated thunderstorms, a highs near 65. And that was your weather forecast here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Right now, 32 degrees and sunshine at WCAB, and I've got a ticket to the Shadrack's Light Show at the Trionis Resort. And caller number 5, it's yours. Tracy's at the phones now, and it's for the Shadrack Light Show at the Tryon Resort. This is going on through January the 1st. You want it? It's yours. Caller number 5, 287-3356. Well, in the Blue Room this morning, she got to sleep a few more minutes longer. Beth Helton, talking all about really. Did you get sleep?
Not much.
Oh, bless your heart.
I have a dog. His name is Milo, and he's a wonderful little dog. Well, he's not so little, but he's annoying. He likes attention, and he doesn't like his schedule changed. So I'm like, would you leave me alone? I got 15 more minutes. But, you know.
They have no sense of time.
None. And then he'll go out on the back porch or the front porch and just bark. We have deer at our place, lots of deer, and so he will bark at the deer that he doesn't even see yet. I'm like, would you leave the deer alone? So anyway, yeah, he thinks he owns the joint, which basically he does. But anyway, speaking of owning, that's a good segue, wasn't it? Speaking of owning, reverse mortgages. A lot of people want them. A lot of people don't know what they are. So let's. What is a regular mortgage first? When you're driving a car, you're driving and drive. You're going forward. But when you go in reverse, you're going backwards. So when you get a mortgage to buy a home, you are paying. You're paying to own some real estate. You are paying money into the bank to become ownership of this particular house. Now, when you keep paying it, you pay down the loan, the money that you owe, and while you're paying that down, you're building up equity in your house. So you are actually, you're going forward to become the homeowner and to pay this thing off. Well, with a reverse mortgage, you're kind of backing it up a little bit. It has some restrictions on it, but basically what you're doing is you're taking the money from your home's equity, and you don't make monthly payments. You can pay it up, you can pay a month if you want to, or you can pay a payment here and there whenever. But you're actually getting money out of the equity of your home to do whatever you want. Now, it does have to be paid back. It does allow your home to be security for the loan. The title still remains in your name. The deed is still in your name. But the only big difference is about the monthly payments. You don't make monthly payments like you do with your traditional. Now, when I lived in D.C., I worked at a law firm who they did a lot in the mortgage banking section, did a lot with the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, all that kind of stuff with regard to mortgage banking and real estate, stuff like that. Well, reverse mortgages were coming in then. And my attorney was kind of over the reverse mortgage stuff, trying to dig and see, is it good, is it bad, or whatever. And so she's like, I would not want my mother to do a reverse mortgage. A reverse mortgage, what they say on those commercials with Tom Selleck, now that man is fine. I don't care what you say, that man is fine.
Yes, he's still hot.
Oh, love that man. Oh, just love that man. I love those commercials just because of him. But I digress.
Harrison Ford looks good old.
I know. Some men do age really well, don't they? But anyway, you see these reverse commercials where, Jane was able to take a trip that she's always wanted to take around the world, and so put her kids through college, and so did. Well, that's all well good and fine. But it's got to be paid back. When you die, that mortgage does not die with you. So the lender can try to see if your children want to take over and pay it back. And if they don't, then it's like, well, then you're just going to sell the house. Here's the other issue. If you have a reverse mortgage, well, let me back up a second. Let me reverse.
Okay, wait, let me do this, and this might help, because this is the problem that I saw happen to one family.
Okay.
The son and his daughter lived with their mother. The house needed a new roof. She did a reverse mortgage, put a new roof, other work. Sadly, she had a health issue that came up just quickly. She passed away. Son couldn't pay it back. He had to get out of the house, and the house sat for years.
Mm-hmm.
Years. I know it sat there at least 7 to 10 years.
Yes. And see, because what they'll do is they'll put it in foreclosure, because you don't own the house. Your name's not on the deed. Your name's not on the mortgage. And so therefore, I'm sorry, but the lady who owned the house, it was her house. It was in her name. And what she should have done was added her son to the deed. That would have helped that. But yeah, it's the same way. My uncle, they had done a reverse mortgage. And when they died, the lender kept coming to my cousins and saying, are you going to make the payments? We're not making the payments. We have our own house. We can't afford those payments. And I remember talking to one of my cousins, and he said, you would not believe. He said, the grass has grown up. He said, it's falling apart, because the bank's not doing anything about it. They're not taking care of it. And I'm like, the problem is exactly that. When a house goes into foreclosure, typically the bank might have somebody come out there and cut the grass once a month, maybe once every 3 months if it needs it. They may have somebody go out there and put up just 2x4 side rails on steps if it needs to. They'll just kind of make it, quote, safe. But it may sit for a long time before anybody tries to sell it. Well, wheels run very slowly. But you would think if a bank had a reverse mortgage on a property, or any kind of mortgage on a property, they'd want their money back quickly. But banks don't think like that. They don't want to be in the real estate business. So they're like, yeah, okay, fine, it'll just sit there. We'll just wait for a while. Well, if a house is not lived in, it dies. If there's no life in that house, if you don't have the heat regulated and the air regulated, it's going to die. It's going to start, the floors are going to start buckling. You'll get moisture in the house. There may be some mold and mildew. If there's ivy, I hate ivy. Don't put ivy around your house. I think I said that last time too. Ivy can grow up in between the brick or the siding and get into the house. It just falls apart. And so with the reverse mortgage, if you have children, don't get a reverse mortgage. If you want to leave your family anything, don't get a reverse mortgage, because that mortgage has to be paid off. There was a guy that had listed a property in Shelby years ago, and the man had died and had a reverse mortgage on the property. Well, the children didn't understand what this means. They just thought, oh, well, he's dead, so therefore the mortgage dies with him. And it's like, no, it doesn't. And so the agent didn't really understand reverse mortgages well either. And so she's like, well, yeah, you can sell it. You'll get the profits. It's not a big deal. Whatever we sell it for, that's what you'll get. And so a friend of mine showed it, and she comes back and she's like, there's a reverse mortgage on that property. I'm like, oh man, nothing is easy in this business. I can't believe this, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, but the worst part is, the people that are selling it, the heirs, they think that just goes away. And I'm like, well, did the agent tell them it doesn't go away? She's like, I don't think she knows it doesn't go away. So that was very difficult that would be a very difficult one to buy, especially if the sellers don't understand. So first off, if you have children and you're thinking about a reverse mortgage, take them with you or let them know you're thinking about a reverse mortgage. Let them know what that means. Have the lender explain to them what that means, what that entails when you pass away, what is their responsibility when you pass away, what the lender expects when you pass away. Because the way the bank's going to get their money back is to sell the house, and that will pay off the reverse mortgage. Easy peasy, right? But if the kids don't understand that, then what's the point? You have to be a certain age to get a reverse mortgage. I think it's like over 62 or something. I'm not finance, so I'm not a lender. From a realtor standpoint, I know enough to help me guide people to the right person, and I know enough to make me dangerous. But you have to be like 62 years old or higher, and some lenders may have a higher age limit. You have to have so much equity in your home. So, for example, a woman calls me up and she says, I need you to do an analysis of my home because I want to get a reverse mortgage. I'm like, oh, well, how long have you owned the home? We've only owned it 2 years. Okay, did you pay cash for the home? Oh, no, it's a mortgage. I'm like, then you don't have equity in the. How much did you put down? Yeah, if it's $225,000 house and you put down $10,000, you've got $10,000 equity. That's not enough equity to get a reverse mortgage. And I think most banks want, 50 or 60% equity. I don't know what it is, but they want more than $10,000 equity. And I said, why do you want to get a reverse mortgage? She said, so that if something happens to one of us, then we can still make these mortgage payments. And I'm like, that's kind of not what this is for. It just, you're not getting a mortgage to pay off a mortgage. I mean, because a reverse mortgage is still a mortgage. But I'm like, yeah, they're not going to let you do that. And so I did a real just quick, tell me about your house. I looked at the property card, tried to get information. You only bought it 2 years ago for $225,000. It's not going to be worth $500,000 today. It's still going to be worth $225,000, maybe even less. So, no, you're going to have to pay some of that equity down, or you're going to have to just keep paying your mortgage until you've got, a whole lot of equity built up. When people want to have a will, which I highly recommend, everybody needs to get a will, and you say you're going to leave your home to your children, first off, that makes me nervous too. Don't leave your home to your children. Let them sell it and divide the proceeds, or they can buy each other out or whatever. But if you have children and you're trying to leave your home to them, and you have a reverse mortgage, guess what's going to happen? Not a daggone thing. Because that's a lien on your property that has to be paid off. So unless somebody pays it off, those kids aren't getting a house. The house is going to have to be sold, pay off what's owed, and then they'll get what's left. But they're not going to get that house. So think about these things. You don't have to pay a reverse mortgage every month. You can make your payments once a year. You can make no payments at all. But also keep in mind, this is not free money. So they're also adding interest fees to that amount. So if you borrowed, let's say you did a $100,000 reverse mortgage, you're not going to give them a $100,000 check in 10 years and say, I've paid it off. No, you got $100,000 plus interest and fees. So you may be looking at $150,000 that you owe. It's just like anything else. A credit card. You got a credit card, your balance might be, or your limit might be $500. But if you have a balance of, $350, you still have to pay interest on that $350. You still have to pay for what you still owe. You've got to pay the interest. You've got to pay fees for everything. So reverse mortgage may look like a good thing, but I don't like it. The loan is repaid specifically when the borrower no longer lives in the home. So whether you die or whether you move, that's when you're going to pay it back, when the home is sold. Now, the other thing that, with regard to these, any mortgage, when you sell your house, you go to the attorney's office, you sign the paperwork, they go to the Register of Deeds, they file it with the Register of Deeds. Once it's filed, then they distribute the proceeds, they distribute the funds. So you sell your house today, you probably won't get a check until this afternoon. So that check that you get from the attorney, that's your money. They have taken out any mortgages you have, any liens that are on your property. Now, a lien is basically anything that you owe that's related to this property, that's attached to your property. So your taxes, your property taxes are a lien. Your property insurance, that's not a lien, that's just a bill. Mortgage is attached to your lien because your house was collateral. So when you get that check, wait a week or two and call your mortgage company, or see if you get a letter in the mail stating that your mortgage has been paid off. Congratulations, your mortgage has been paid off. We have received the final payment, blah, blah, blah. Because if you don't get that letter, call them and make sure it's been paid off. Because what has happened in the past, and happens from time to time, is either the attorney forgets to pay it, or there's some hanky-panky going on with the money. The bad thing is, if you have sold your house and you've walked away, you've bought another house, you're living in another state, and the new people have bought your house and they've got their own mortgage, they've got their own lender. But if your lender has not been paid off, that house at that address was collateral for your loan. So basically, if you did not make your house payment, they could come and foreclose on that property at that address. Oh, no. Well, you have sold that property at that address, and you have moved on. But if the attorney has not sent the check to the mortgage company, then you are still responsible for that mortgage. And so if you don't pay it, because you don't know. You assume it's been paid off. So you're going about your life, lickety-splickety, having a grand old time. Well, next thing you know, your listing agent is calling you and saying, you might want to check with your mortgage company because the people that bought your house just got a foreclosure notice on their door and they've been making their house payments. So that's when the seller, who's now in another state, calls the mortgage company and says, listen, I closed on my house on this date, and I was just told that these people got a foreclosure notice. And they're like, yeah, we never received the payoff. Mm-mm. So, most attorneys are honest and upstanding and upfront and all this kind of stuff. And this is just, from time to time. We had this happen, was it last year? This very thing happened. And so now I always tell my sellers, be vigilant, make sure you call your lender and you ask them, have you gotten the check yet? Have you gotten the check? Keep your lender informed that you're selling your house and it's under contract or you're getting ready to move. It's supposed to close on this day so that they know what's going on, so that they can also keep an eye out for it. Because like with reverse mortgages, they want their money. Now, if you have a mortgage on your house already and you've got a reverse mortgage, now you've got two mortgages that have to be paid. So if you get into the situation where the attorney hasn't paid off either one of those mortgages will pull you into foreclosure. It's just like if you don't pay your taxes, if you don't pay your property taxes for 5 or 7 years, they can start foreclosure proceedings on you for back property taxes. So pay your property taxes. And if you don't, and so you can, and your mortgage can be paid up. Your mortgage can be paid, monthly, on time, and all this kind of stuff. If you don't pay your property taxes, that takes precedent over your mortgage. Now, most people do have their, quote, escrow in their taxes and their insurance. So that means that you have, let's say your principal and interest is $500, and your taxes and insurance might be $200. So your house payment, you're writing a check for $700 to the bank. At the end of the year, the bank is responsible to pay your taxes and your insurance. Now, you'll still get a thing from the county, a bill saying, these are, your taxes are due, blah, blah, blah. But the bank is responsible for paying those. If you do not escrow those things into your payment, which is not required, you can just write a check for $500 every month, and then at the end of the year, pay your tax bill and pay your property insurance. But you're having to have, big chunks of money for that. So if you're paying it on your own and not included with your house payment, then you better make sure you pay your property taxes. The other thing, if you do any work on your house, let's say you get a reverse mortgage and you do some work and you don't get it permitted, your insurance is not going to pay if the house gets destroyed and there's not permitted work on this one section. So like if you add on a house and it's not permitted, I don't care how many mortgages you've got, how many loans you've taken out, insurance, when they come to do their little inspection of, what happened with this fire, why was this, started and all this kind of stuff, and they discover you didn't have permits pulled, they're not going to pay you anything. So anything that you do on your home, do it right. Do it the right way. Get your permits. Make sure you understand what you're doing. Pay your mortgage on time. If you're going to get a reverse mortgage, understand. Talk to your lender and ask them, I need to know everything. Yeah, you're sitting there and you're telling me, oh, it's a great thing to do. You can go traveling. That cruise you've been talking about, you can take that, and you can. But at the end of the day, you need to understand, first and foremost, don't just listen to the good things they're saying. Listen to it will be paid back when you leave your home. It must be paid back if you pass away. This is not free money. Interest continues to accrue whether you pay this or not. So somebody's going to have to pay this back.
What if you wind up it winds up being maybe like a 6-month or maybe short stay at a nursing home? Does that kick the payments back in? If you have to go?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, because you still own your home, you still intend to live there.
Okay.
Now, if it comes to the point where you're not going to be living there anymore, then you may want to consider what are you going to do, because here's the other thing. See, real estate. Real estate is not just about sticking a sign in the yard, let me tell you. If you're on Medicaid, they will ask you, are you going to sell your house? Because Medicaid wants money. They need as much money as they can get from you. So, and if you're on, if you're on a tight budget or you're on just Social Security and you go into a nursing home and you have to be on Medicaid, they're going to look at your assets. And if it's only in your name, can they take it? I don't know. I'm not a Medicaid person. I just know that it's safer if you've got it in your name and maybe one of your children's names. But it has to be in their name for like 5 or 7 years for this to, take effect. So they can't make you sell it. With Donald's grandmother, when she was in a nursing home, her house was in her and Donald's mom's name. And we'd get a letter every year. Are you going to sell the property? Have you sold the property? Are you willing to sell her interest in the property? Because they wanted to get money. They wanted to get their money out of it. So if you want to protect, if you've got a reverse mortgage and you want to protect it, I wouldn't get one in the first place. But you need to ask the lender, what kind of things do I need to do? And it wouldn't hurt you to drop some money and go to an attorney, go to an elder law attorney and say, listen, I need you to explain to me what's the benefit of a reverse mortgage, what's the downside, if I die, what happens? Are my children going to be responsible? Can the bank go after my children? What do they need to do? What do I need to know about a reverse mortgage? Is it a good plan for me? What about protecting my house? Like if I do have to go into a nursing home, what should I do about that? Mom was going to get me and my sister on her deed. Bless him. He doesn't know us, this attorney. She went to him, nice man. But he's like, well, now, sometimes when people die, children get really kind of greedy. Yes, that's the word. And he said, and then a fight ensues and it's just ugly. He says, I don't know that I would do that. Mom's like, well, my girls aren't like that. And he says, well, they may not be like that now. And I'm thinking, you really don't know us, do you? Because we couldn't give two hoots. It's stuff. We just want to protect the asset. So my thing is, there's always somebody that knows more than somebody else. Go to the people who know what they're talking about. Go to the attorney. Go to the lender. If you're seriously thinking about a reverse mortgage, it sounds great and wonderful, but when you get down to the crux of the issue, is it so great and wonderful? It's just like, beer commercials and stuff. Oh, it looks so good and so enticing. They don't show you, the drunken behavior, the beatings of the kids or the wife, or the wasting the money on, beer and liquor, and you can't make your house payment. They don't show you the bad side. So you need to know the good, the bad, the ugly about reverse mortgages. You need to make your lender tell you. You need to make your attorney tell you. You need to understand. What is it? What do I need to know? Should I do this? Should I not do this? And sometimes it's a question of, why do you want to do this? Because reverse mortgages, the whole thing here is they've got to be paid back. You're going to die, as we all do. Then what's going to happen? Don't leave a burden for your children to have to figure out and clean up afterwards. That's why if you tell them now, if you explain to them, let them go with you to the lender and let them kind of help you decide, do you want to do this or not? If you have your house paid off, then you've got 100% equity in your home. You can borrow against that equity. You can do a cash out refinance. This one is considered a home conversion mortgage or something like that, I think is the formal term. But talk to people about it. If you do, like the roof, if you do need a new roof, do I want a reverse mortgage or do I want to take out a home equity line of credit? What's better for me? The thing about the reverse mortgage is you don't have to pay that back, every month. Your home equity line of credit, you probably do have to make payments every month. So what can you do? What do you want to do? I would still, there are people that have taken out a reverse mortgage and have paid it off, have paid it back, but they just wanted to go do something that they haven't done or whatever, but they do come back and they end up paying it back, so they don't have to deal with that. Once they're gone, their kids are okay. The thing about life in general is we're all going to die. We don't want to leave our family in a mess, and people are so afraid if I do my will, then that means I'm going to die.
Oh my God.
No. Do your will. Look, here's a plug-in for the funeral guys. Pre-plan, please, pre-plan. Just go to a funeral home, talk to them about, okay, what is this pre-planning thing? Do I pay for it up front? Can I pay for it up front? Can I lock in and pay for my funeral now? Funerals are not cheap. You $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, $15,000. It can go as high as you want it to go. Mm-hmm. Again, depending on what you choose. The high level of casket. This one cracks me up. The vault. You've got vaults that go into the ground. Mm-hmm. Well, we have regular ones. We have ones that are pretty thick and don't. Water's not going to intrude. And then we've got the waterproof ones. Well, I'm sorry, but am I really going to dig you up and make sure there's no water in that thing? No. So you have choices. But my thing, if I could give anybody, any advice, let your family be involved in the planning process. If you know what you want to do, if you want to do a reverse mortgage, let them know. Let them be part of that process so they know what to expect. Nobody likes surprises. If you want to do your will, do your will. If you want to go to the funeral home and get that taken care of ahead of time, then do that. But protect your interest while you're living. Plan while you're living so that when you're dead, there is no fight about, no, I want her to wear this dress, or I want him in this suit. Really? People do get mad about that. Mm-hmm. That's the wrong shade of lipstick. She never wore that lipstick. Come on, people, really? That is, but see, that's emotions. When emotions run high, words just fly. And so if you can, as a homeowner, as a parent, go ahead and plan, and that way you still have control of what happens when you pass away. You plan for, if you get a reverse mortgage, make a plan for how it's going to be paid back. I'm not going to leave anything to my children. I'm not going to leave them the house. I don't really care. If you don't have kids, knock yourself out, man, because when you die, then the bank will just come and take it, and they'll sell it, and they'll get their money back. So, but if you've got family, it's a little bit different animal. But yeah, it's just, it's a pain in the tail from a realtor's perspective. It's a pain.
That's Beth Helton. She can help you run your life for a nickel, like Lucy.
Yeah.
She knows her real estate. She knows her stuff, and you can reach her at
704-853-9060 or beth.helton@gmail.com.
She'll be back Friday, 8:30.
Season. Save thousands on bundling iPhones, iPads, and watches with new lines of service. Need to upgrade? Save big there, too. To celebrate the gifts we are most grateful for, our customers, we are having a holiday customer appreciation event at our retail store locations. Join us December 7th through 9th and get the best savings of the year and register to win great prizes. Celebrate the holidays with us as we celebrate you. Carolina West Wireless.